Well, good Friday evening, everybody, and welcome to the Around the Layout podcast operating crew giveaway for March 2025. So glad you could join us. Joining me tonight, a familiar face if you were at Amherst or have seen Trekside Mike, the preview for Amherst, or he's been around everywhere, St. Louis RPM, Amherst, and everywhere in between. Thomas Garza. Thomas, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, been sure that's for sure. We chatted last month on the What's Happening in Model Railroading episode. If you have missed that, go back and find that, and I'll come up with the episode number because I should have wrote that down, but I didn't. But check that out. Great story behind scalesigns.com and the beginnings of it and the amazing products that you produce in scale signage and billboards and pretty much everything in between. If it's a sign, you are the sign guy, as it says on your description there.
Yeah, I am. It keeps me busy, but it's a love and not a hobby, and I'm having a great time.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. We got some familiar folks and some maybe a familiar name to you. We'll start with John Mikish. Good to see you, and you may know this person. So you've got some fans with familiar last names in there. So let's go sign guy. So we got some good support from the family.
Yes.
It's awesome. Roger Coleman stopping by saying hello. Good to see Roger. Paul Stamp also stopping by. And then we have the BNSF Fall River Division. Mr. Parker, good to see you. And
hello, my
Sarah,
BNSF.
Yeah, absolutely. Sarah Sullivan also stopping by to say hello. Matthew Goodchild. The Chicago, Denver, and Northern, Mr. Alex Mantle saying hello, howdy to everyone. Sam Dickinson also stopping by to say hello. And Darren Lee joining us from Queensland, Australia. Darren, tell us how you're doing over there. They were staring down a Category 2 cyclone, I believe is what they call it over there. So hope they're doing all right over there. And I hope one of you grabbed the hold of the ATLP boxcar and held it tight and made sure it didn't blow away. So, but we seriously hope you guys are doing all right. So definitely check in and let us know how you're doing there over in the Gold Coast area of Australia. And yeah, Brittany also sharing some love for you, and let's go. So we got a lot of family support behind this thing. And you know, for those that may have missed the show, why don't you just give us the quick elevator pitch of scalesigns.com and what it is that you do?
Scalesigns.com, I started a couple years ago. Exactly in the name, scale. We try to make the most realistic scale signs out there. We cover all the scales, HO and S and O. And we never stop working. We try to make it better. Every sign that you see in the world, we are making, and if we haven't made it, we will.
Now, it's only been, a few weeks since we talked. Got anything new going on at scalesigns.com? Because, I mean, as we discussed, the world of signs, I mean, is nearly endless. So I'm sure you could be coming up with things all the time. And it must be hard to resist that temptation to do so as well.
It's really hard for temptation. Like, I just went to Joanne Fabrics, and because they're going out of business, to go catch some sales for some supplies. And I bought these little beads. I think they're like 110 something. They're just really super small. But I bought them because I want to design the railroad posts that are on the side of the track that hold the wires, the telephone graphs, and you got green, I think white, clear. So I bought these little beads, and I'm like, my rule is if it's got a sign, I can make it. If it doesn't, I can't make it. But I love building things to as close as possible. So I'm going to probably put like a do not trespass sign on the post, which means it's got a sign so I can make it. So always developing. Since the last time you talked to me, yeah, we're just always developing something new.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And like I said, it's endless. You look around and the things that you can create, and yeah, it's amazing. And we also talked about the wormhole of your website. Boy, you could just spend hours upon hours. I love you got a little disclaimer on there, basically warning folks you're diving in.
Yeah, I got that a lot from a lot of people saying, like, I was just stopping by, and all of a sudden 2 hours later goes by, and I'm like, oh, my bad. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I try to make the graphics and make it little dioramas, so that the people could see what it looks like. And yeah, you do get caught up in it.
Well, it's funny, and Tony had mentioned this, and we're getting some more from that. Mark joining us saying, after listening to your podcast the other day, I've been looking at a few that I've already passed maybe 1,000 times. Noticed one that had both green and silver signposts underneath it. I was like, I need to share a photo of that. So, making folks a lot more observant when it comes to signs and noticing all the detail.
Yeah, we talked about that in your last podcast. I kind of warned everybody that it is a little dangerous to listen to this podcast because once you kind of get that little gist of signs and then you go driving, you're like, oh. And he brings a perfect example there where I have a little corner right here at my house. As soon as I turn, the speed limit sign is green. And then the next sign, the stop sign, has a rust colored sign and then has like that 2 arrow sign. And that literally has like one rust and one silver. So like I literally had one rust, silver, green, like within 100 feet, 3 different color poles.
Right. Absolutely. We also, I don't want to pass this by. We are getting an update here from Darren. He says all good and safe. And Marty, he's talking about Marty Jenkins over there, has no power, but is also safe and secure. And that's all great news to hear that everybody's doing well over there. So thanks for sharing that with us, Darren. Glad you're doing well. N-Scale Train Boy stopping by, saying hello. It's good to see you. Jeffrey Costco also joining us from Brisbane, Queensland. Hope you're doing well over there. Fall River Division saying great looking signs. Gonna have to place an order soon. Yeah, that'd be. I'm sure you've got more. You got plenty of room on that beautiful layout of yours for some awesome signs. Roger Coleman also saying that absolutely absurd. He wants to order a bunch of them. So, yep, very good. We got some more family love coming in tonight. So we got we got a family reunion going on, which is awesome. And by absurd, he does mean amazing. So that's awesome. And here's a question for you. Does the sign guy make blue safety flags or those type of signs?
I'll have to look that up. And I have seen, like the little red flags sometimes are on the back knuckle of a rail car, and then you got the red sign or flags, sometimes the yellow, orange ones on construction signs. So flags have definitely been something that I thought about, and I'll look up the blue safety flags, and see what that is. And if it falls inside that realm, it's definitely on the list to do. And the list is pretty big, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I mean, it's an endless world, and it's absolutely amazing that the products that you
Uh,
can produce through this. And I mean, just we talked about the municipal uniform traffic, blah blah blah, whatever that book's complete
yep.
title is, and you could just go crazy in that book, let alone everything else that's out there, commercial signs and all that.
Well, Marty there in Australia at Marty's shed, his his hobby shop. He because I just made those new Australian railroad crossings, and he already sent me a link to the official government sign book with the signs, so that I will start cranking out some Australian signs too.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
I got Australian signs, already been doing the artwork for European signs. Um, I don't. I think when I was on Trackside Mike, somebody talked about making speed limit signs in kilometers. I'm like, oh, why didn't I think about that? So yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. The list gets long and the rabbit hole gets deep.
Yeah, I was going to say the R&D department over at scalesigns.com must be very busy. And like I said, you must be tough to limit the hours over in R&D to make sure you're filling orders and keeping up with the production side of things as well.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely when you're a person who just plays trains and makes that layout, it's easy and you go buy the stuff you need. But when you go and slip over to the dark side and go make it, I've learned really quick that I'm like, oh, I have it done in 2 weeks. No, 2 months later, I finally get it done because there's a lot more to it than just building. Because sometimes I could build a model in a couple hours, but it's building the model is one thing, getting it to produce the same thing in a production scale is the other story. And that's where we fight with the 3D printers.
Right. Yeah, and in fact, in mentioning that, Darren says that Marty showed them to the Australian signs to them online the other night, and they were discussing and that they look excellent. So, yeah, that's definitely again, you know, get the sign guy going worldwide now over in Australia, and of course now you've got a lot of the stuff that we use, the same stuff Canada uses, but like you said, change it to kilometers, and boy, you got Canada covered too. So it's really cool stuff you got going. And again, Illinois Midland Railroad checking in as well with some positive stuff. Good to see Bernard at Mini Prince checking in. Good to see you, Bernard.
Hey, Bernard.
And then Mike HO Trains also stopping in, and signs of all type add great detail to any layout. And Mike would know if you've seen his work on his layout, it's absolutely amazing and packed full of decals. So, I mean, details, I should say, not decals. I'm sure there's decals, but there's details there too. So, and yeah, that is like trying to get a real train a few miles. Sounds easy, takes forever. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's a question from Sam Dickinson. Do you have any old school signs with cat eye reflectors?
So there is, I think it's our version 4 of our stop sign, which is yellow, has some cat eyes. And then I think our version 8 of the crossbuck, it's black. It has cat eyes also, so simulated. And then, but yeah, we're definitely working on the old school with some cat eye stuff. That is definitely stuff that people ask. We're working on a category that will hit the website hopefully or soon. It's going to be called B4, and what that will be is signs before 1972. So the older crowd that's doing the 50s and 60s will have a category for themselves, so it'll be a lot easier to surf through the website. Because yeah, there's thousands, and so we try to make the website as easy as possible for customers to find what they need, and that's going to be the new one. It's going to be the B4.
Yeah, I mentioned that on the show, that the pathway isn't not only long with the amount of signs, it's also wide, because then you start going eras, right? It's not just a stop sign. It's a stop sign from this era. It's a stop sign. I noticed in town, now that they've got the red reflector on the pole, which is a new requirement. And yeah, so there's just all these, the changes that they make. And I see now they used to be all caps. Now they've got, what do they call it? Capitalized wording on signs. And
Yeah,
there's so many different variations of even current signs that you could just go on and on and on. So
yeah, just like the Buckeye Railroad crossing, which is red and has a little yield with some cool red and reflective signs. And that was, I think it came out in the 80s, and it actually helped save lives. But then the government came out with its own standard of railroad crossings, so it had to get removed. And we just came out with that because we had a few people that had asked about the Buckeyes, which is a really cool railroad crossing sign. And but we're trying to get those older signs out. We do get a lot of requests for 50s and 60s, even some 20s. I get people sending me signs, and once again, it's on that to-do list, but we will get there, as soon as we can.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, Mini Prince, Canada. We were talking about Canada, eh? So good to see you joining us from Canada. Let's see who else has stopped in. Joe Guinto stopping by saying you can't beat scale signs. He's absolutely right.
Thank you very much, Joe.
Got our good friend Don Iris. Him and I recorded a new episode of Talking Ops with Don Iris last night, and you can look for that on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, and the cheerleader for the 1960s era, we got Willow Creek Industrial Spur stopping by. We've got Keith Maleo stopping by. Scale Signs is awesome.
Thank you, Keith.
Jonathan Turner with a question. Any chance of doing railroad mileposts?
So definitely have had a lot of requests for milepost. We are trying now with mileposts are two-sided, and a lot of our signs are one-sided because we spray paint, we do the aluminum side on the other side. So because mileposts, a lot of them, at least the modern ones, are two-sided, and we've already figured out we'll use the T-shaped pole to glue it on one side, just like it's screwed here at CSX has it, but I have more versions. So we're just trying to get the best version to print on both sides of the sign. And then, yeah, railroad mileposts are coming.
It would almost seem, and I'm not trying to throw RD, but maybe like almost like a kit, right? Like almost like a number kit. Cause my milepost or your milepost, or I want in the high 150s to 180, and the next guy wants 40 to 50, and the next guy. So I imagine you'd have to, provide a lot of flexibility, which I'm sure could be a challenge.
Well, it kind of is a challenge, but with today's technology compared to what the signs were before, using Photoshop, this artwork is set on layers. So
Yeah.
we do custom work. So because it's Photoshop, I think our custom work is like $9, and literally you can just, buy a couple signs, and because we just go in, we change the text and we print it out. We'll send a copy to the customer, say, hey, is this what you want? And, or tweak it and good to go.
Oh,
And,
amazing.
I remember, I've had some people say that, they would want some signs done or some decals. And those manufacturers would charge like $100. And I understand back then because it's a lot of setup that needs to get done. But I been using today's technology to bring the time it takes to build those custom signs down so we can get it to a better cost. So even when we do get to the milepost signs, it will be set up that way to where the numbers they want will be really super easy to just change in so they can get what they want.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, hopefully that provides you with an answer there, Jonathan. Thanks for submitting that. And let's take a look at who else is out here. We've got Jeffrey Cosgrove again. I think we said hello to him, but if not, we're saying hello again. Todd Armstrong waving in and saying hello. Ed O'Connell joining us from Rochester. And I got to get a hold of Ed because I'm going to be in Rochester Monday night. So let's get in touch, Ed. Paul Stamp says, got to congratulate Joey on his engagement. So Joey, Jinto, congratulations to you and your wonderful now fiance, Amy, and on your engagement. Congratulations on that. We got a couple other repeats I'm clicking on here.
There's a lot of people there
Yeah.
saying hi, and I just wanted to, it's kind of hard to say hi to everybody, but I definitely
Yep.
Thanks to everybody for saying something tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, all these folks checking in. And here, this is an easy one from our good friend Don Iris. How about the blue emergency signs at the grade crossings?
Yep, that I do have. That would be part number 2000-071.
Excellent. Excellent. We got Robert Thomas also stopping in. I am RRO.com, Model Trains and Railroad. Good to see you. Mike King. It's been a while. Good to see Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Let's see. I saw you at Amherst, but my eyes were giving me trouble and I couldn't see the signs real well. So hopefully you can go on his website. That's scalesigns.com. You'll be able to check them out on the screen, zoom in and blow it up. And you also have Andy Day saying hi, y'all. So we got a lot of folks stopping in tonight. We got around 45, 46 people stopping in to say hello tonight. So I appreciate you all spending a little bit of your time on Friday night with us. Got a little housekeeping, and then we're going to give away a $50 gift card to scalesigns.com. Let me say your website again, scalesigns.com. And looking forward to giving that away to a member of the Operating Crew. The Operating Crew is our Patreon-driven membership that helps financially support the podcast. You get a exclusive sticker. You get recognition on our website. You get the invite every week to our Operating Crew chat, which has been a lot of fun. We've been getting quite a few people in there, and we keep the topic mostly on model railroading or prototype railroading, and it's a great time. Good way to spend your Tuesday night for an hour or so. So if you join the Operating Crew, you get that. And then, of course, you get entry into the monthly giveaway drawings like what we're doing tonight. And we've given away a lot of awesome stuff. And now to add to that list, this $50 gift card to scalesigns.com. If you want to become a member of the Operating Crew, you go to aroundthelayout.com/crew. 10 cents a day is what it costs you to become a member of the Operating Crew. And it provides the support and keeps the podcast free of those annoying car accident lawyer commercials. How about that one? We'll use that one too. So thank you, and keeps everything relevant. Also, you can visit our website if you're looking for back episodes and a lot more. Simply go to aroundthelayout.com. Our website is fairly new again, thanks to Matt Forkham. I mention him every time because So proud of our website and what we're able to do. Every episode of Around the Layout gets its own page where you can go and check out links. You can check out photos. You can check out all much more that supports the show that is aired. Again, aroundthelayout.com, and check that out. If you're looking for some nice apparel, a nice shirt to wear, a nice hat, or any other Around the Layout podcast apparel, you can go to aroundthelayout.com/shop and check that out there. Fairly affordable t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, and more, hats, and everything else that's in there. So go check it out, aroundthelayout.com/shop. And if you haven't heard yet, we are starting a newsletter. It'll be a monthly newsletter that'll be emailed to your inbox for free. A little bit of bonus content from the folks here at Around the Layout. You can sign up for that at aroundthelayout.com/newsletter. We're excited about the newsletter. We're going to have so many things that we're going to be able to do with the newsletter: product reviews and tips and tricks and listener submissions. We're going to do a prototype photo of the month. All of that and all the information on how to submit an article or how to submit a prototype photo of the month. Everything about the newsletter can be found on aroundthelayout.com/newsletter. And of course, our sponsor tonight of the giveaway is scalesigns.com. Make sure you go to scalesigns.com, check that out. And I did promise that I was going to tell you what the episode was that you were on, so you can link directly to that. And if I stall long enough, I will get the number, which is aroundthelayout.com/146. So if you're looking to get that, again, I will put that in the comments. I believe I can do that by going .com/146. So if you're in the chat, you should be able to see that, click on it, and then go and watch the or listen to the What's Happening in Model Railroading episode with Tony Cook and our guest tonight, Tom Garza. So, Tom, you ready to spin the wheel and pick a winner for the $50 gift card to scalesigns.com?
Of course.
All right, let's get the wheel up.
Now, everybody listen out there tonight. I did put out a 10% discount just for this podcast. The code will be ATL10, and you'll get a 10% off your entire order.
Oh, awesome.
Around the Layout.
Awesome stuff. So take advantage of that discount. And I am working on sharing the screen. And there it is. So here we go. $50 gift card to scalesigns.com. I don't know why I can't talk tonight, but here we go. By the way, it's spinning. 175 members of the operating crew. Thank you so much for your support as that makes its way around. Robin, that is in Switzerland. So so that'll be awesome. So you talk about going worldwide.
We've sold some signs to Switzerland.
Awesome. So Robin, congratulations. We will get you the code for your $50 gift card. So congratulations to you. And we are going to hit close on that. And I'll tell you what, I'm feeling in the giving mood. We're going to do a Around the Layout podcast t-shirt to, let's see, we're going to do it to somebody that's in the chat tonight. So let me set that up real quick, and then we will get that done for an ATLP t-shirt. So let me stop the screen and let me pull up.
I was looking at your .com earlier, and I was noticing that the tour, where did the interchange tour, that is really cool what you're doing with that railroad car, and it's a beautiful car. How can I get one of those?
If you go to aroundthelayout.com/2022 and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can find how to build your own ATLP 2022 car.
Okay. You know what? I seen that. I was just a little lazy.
Yeah, so. Well, right now it's not in production. There has been a few that have asked us about it. Oh boy, producing it is its own thing. But if you'd like to make your own ATLP 2022 car, the instructions are there. If you want to sign up to host the touring car, You can also go to aroundthelayout.com/2022, and you'll be able to sign up for that. Right now, the N scale car is, I believe, somewhere heading towards the Midwest of the US, and the HO scale car is over in Australia. So it has made its way over there. It is making its way south through Australia. Then it'll eventually go to New Zealand and then Switzerland, then the UK before coming back to the United States. It also has to make a Canadian leg of the tour. So we've got a long way to go on the tour, but it's open-ended. So if you missed signing up, it's not too late. Just get your name on the list and then just have a little bit of patience because it's taking some time to move around from house to house and through the postal services and those kinds of things. So yeah, so it's a lot of fun there. So yeah, sign up aroundthelayout.com/2022. We're going to collect the winner for the t-shirt, and to sign up for it, you are going to type in hashtag scale signs. So type in hashtag scale signs in the comments. We'll give it here a few minutes for folks to sign up for the giveaway for the ATLP t-shirt. And just again, put in the comments hashtag scale signs. So we'll take a few minutes to do that. Well, let's go back and we'll look at some other comments here. And yep, somebody did put that code for the discount ATL10 at scalesigns.com. Take advantage of that 10% discount. So again, Eric stopping by saying, hey, everyone.
Hey, Eric.
Lot of congratulations for Robin for winning tonight, which is awesome. Yeah, let's see. We're scrolling down. We need a 12-inch to foot ATL car. Yeah. That's yeah, I don't have room for it. So maybe you do, but I don't. But yeah, think about the mileage that car has traveled across the country. It is racking them up. I do have a pinned map, and maybe one day we can kind of do the math on it, but it's been a lot of fun. It's neat to see, and allows people to show off their layouts and tell a bit of a story. So it's been an absolute blast to be involved with that. So,
well, I'm going to have to order the decals and build this car. It's a beautiful car. The black car, I love it.
The one thing I'll say is if I can do it, you can do it. And I did the N scale one. I our friends over at Notch 8 Customs did the HO scale car so we could get it out and underway, because I'm not the fastest at getting projects completed. So he did it. But then I said, when Heath Hurwitz from Humanity Junction sponsored the N scale car, got me and said, you got to include us N scalers too. So he sent that over to me, and I said, well, I'm going to give it a whirl, and I did it. And boy, oh boy, I learned, I got a whole new respect for N scalers after trying to put N scale decals on. I'm sure you know it from the sign kind of thing, where trying to get those little tiny door, the round circle that goes in the center of the doors, like that thing's like the size of a flea, and like trying to get that decal to sit right. I mean, I had my big lens, the magnifying lens, and my face was imprinted. I should have put a chin cup on it so I could have, rested my head on it. So, yeah, so it was a great experiment to see if I could paint it, and I think it came out pretty good. Hey, if N Scale Train Boy says, "Whoops, I clicked on the wrong one." Yeah, imagine the income for him on 1-to-1 car. Yeah, sure. That N Scale car came out great. So appreciate that, Dennis, for the kind words. It was quite a challenge, but glad you all enjoyed it. So last call for the giveaway hashtag scale signs. Get that into the comments, and then we will hit the giveaway tool and pick the winner. So
definitely my hats off to those N scalers. I mean, you've heard me before. I'm not going to forget the N scalers, but oh my God, those guys. I don't even think there's words for N scalers. I mean, the billboards that we built, I have a completed sign that has the crossbuck, a stop sign, in that little blue sign. And you're right, that little blue sign, I think, is smaller than a fire ant. And when I go to pick it up with the X-Acto blade, and glue it onto that pole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the smallest sign that I actually cut out to
Yeah.
make a complete sign. And yeah, those, I won't forget the end scalers, but whew,
Yeah.
those guys got some, I can't even put words for those guys' ability and patience.
How about this question for you? How about Z scale? The remaining hair on Tom's head just came off, and that's our resident expert in Z scale. He won the Z scale set during the December Operating Crew giveaway. We gave over $3,000 worth of stuff away that night in December.
Oh, awesome!
And one of the things was a starter set, a Z scale starter set, and Illinois Midland Railroad won it. So now he is our resident expert in Z scale. So,
well, that resident expert can email me at sales@scalesigns.com and send me some pictures of examples of what he's talking about. He is not the only one that has asked for Z, and we were already talking about N. How in the heck can I get smaller? But hey, I'll try. If I
try
can
it,
do it and make some, I'll try.
happens.
If it makes him happy, what I can do, I'll just make some examples, and we'll have the R&D guys frustrated. Might have to buy them some Starbucks that day, and see what we can do on the Z, because he's not the only person that's asked, and if we can do something, we'll try.
There you go. Awesome stuff. All right, let's give away a t-shirt. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I think I go like this, I go like this, and I go like this. And I think you folks can probably see that, right? And you can see the giveaway.
Cool. 31 entries, yeah.
Awesome. So we're going to find the window because I moved it over here. 31 entries into this for the Around the Layout podcast t-shirt of your size and my choosing. So here we go. And it's going to Paul Stamp. He's the winner of the Around the Layout podcast t-shirt tonight. And that's a thank you to those that stopped in and spent a little bit of their Friday night with us is what I'm trying to say. So thank you to everyone who's joined the chat. Again, we want to make sure you support our sponsor tonight. Head to scalesigns.com. Don't forget the code ATL10. That'll give you a 10% discount off of things that you purchase. And I think that's tonight, right? How long is that code for, Tom? Give us the terms and conditions.
Forever.
All right. So forever, ATL10, a 10% discount for all the folks that are helping support the podcast tonight by being here. If you would like to get in on the winning every month, again, aroundthelayout.com/crew, 10 cents a day, $3 a month, get you all those cool things. We'll send you a sticker. We'll get you on the website. You can come to the chat, and then you're going to get a chance to win something every month. So get yourself signed up for the Operating Crew. We appreciate your support and everybody who is supporting the podcast. So on that note, Thomas, thank you so much for your support, and we appreciate you being on the show.
Oh, no, thank you very much. Glad to be here. I'm glad to see everybody that's chatted. Wish we could talk to everybody, but we would be here all night.
Absolutely. So let everybody get back to their Friday night. We're going to do the same. So on behalf of Tom, everybody have an awesome night.
Have a nice weekend.